It's a 21mm socket. Now we're going to remove the drum. Most of the time you're going to most likely have to use a rubber mallet to get it loose. Just go all around. And just make sure your e-brake is off. Ours was pretty easy to remove. Usually they would seize up and you would have to loosen it up with a rubber mallet and just kind of work your way around. They usually seize up right here. Now we're removing the e-brake cable. You gotta remove the cotter pin. We're just putting it back together so we don't lose the parts. Now we're going to disconnect the ABS sensor. You just unplug it, it's pretty simple. Okay, now we're going to remove the brake line. We're using a 10mm wrench. You will need to re-bleed the brake system later. Once you reinstall it, you will have air in the brake lines. Alright, now we're using a 14mm socket to remove the 4 bolts that's holding the whole axle assembly to the drive, what is it, the axle? Drive shaft or... There's total 4, 2 on the bottom, 2 on top. Alright, so once you remove the 4 screws on the back, the brake line, and the ABS sensor is disconnected, you're going to be able to pull the whole assembly off. Alright, so we got the assembly off. Now we're testing the bearing, and you could see it has a lot of play in it. So the bearing's done on this, you will have to get it replaced. press on it and release the tension off of it and it'll come off. These you press them in and then you just twist them to unlock them, and you'll see the cutouts on it, so pretty easy. Now we're removing the brake cylinder. It's a 10mm bolts, 2 of them holding it. I'm not really sure what this part is called actually, so we're just removing this. So this is the new bearing. And we're gonna take it to a local machine shop. They will press it out and press in the new bearing. We don't have the press to do it ourselves, so it's just a little easier for us to take it to a local machine shop. And I'll show you how to install it back together after this.